Hello everybody, welcome to Pakistan This Week. I am Adeel Shahid. On a week when much of the world's eyes were set on the Eurozone crisis, we'll try to get you caught up on some of the developments in Pakistan. But these aren't just our everyday occurrences. And we try to look underneath the surface and also bring you sides of Pakistan you don't normally see. Searching under that surface are our bureaus in Pakistan, and this week we'll bring you stories including the latest updates on the economy, the visit of the Vice Prime Minister of China, the arrival of women from across the globe for a conference, the London Business School alumni event held in the country, and our very own Meera going around Sindh to help the people worst affected by the flood. All this and much more ahead. Let's get started. Welcome to Pakistan This Week. Let's take a look at the headlines, moving first to Karachi, where our correspondent Zaila is standing by. Hi Zaila, what do you have for us today?
Hi Adeel. This week seems to be an extremely busy one with important events taking place throughout. One such event was the release of a song entitled Dosti Hi Hai Zindagi, or to say, Friendship is Life. This is what I'm going to be telling you first about. Next, we have a report on the Finance Minister Dr. Abdul Hafiz Sheikh being adamant on carrying out important economic reforms. And lastly, we have a very interesting interview conducted by one of our correspondents. That's Karachi for you this week, Adeel.
Thank you, Zaila. Next up, let's move to Islamabad, the capital of the country, where we are joined by Gulmine. Go ahead, Gulmine.
Islamabad has been unbelievably busy this week with a state guest coming in from China, a group of unbelievably committed feminists, and even a superstar. And we've got all of those stories for you this week, Adeel.
Thank you, Gulmine. And finally, let's head to Lahore, the heartbeat of Pakistan, where our correspondent Rida is standing by. Hi, Rida. What do you have for us today?
Thank you, Adeel. Alumni clubs provide opportunities for debate, networking, a chance to meet other business leaders and industrial professionals. Today we have for you a report regarding London Business School's recently held Alumni Club reunion here in Lahore.
Pak-China friendship is time-tested and progressing by leaps and bounds. The exemplary friendship between the two countries is higher than the Himalayas and deeper than the ocean. To strengthen this relationship further, the Vice Prime Minister of China was in Pakistan earlier this week. Gulmine has more details on this. Yes, Gulmine.
The Chinese Vice Prime Minister Meng Jiabao was in Islamabad last week, pledging his country's support to Pakistan for their fight against militancy and in promoting global and regional peace. Take a look at this report. With the heat on Pakistan, China once again made an impressive show of support for her longtime ally. And during Vice Prime Minister Meng Jianzhao's two-day trip to Islamabad, both sides signed deals worth nearly 250 million in economic and technical agreements. According to a statement from the Prime Minister's media office, talks also include issues of terrorism, intelligence sharing and how to tackle narcotics. Accompanied by a delegation of high-ranking Chinese officials, the Chinese Vice Prime Minister was given a lavish welcome and during his visit met with all important stakeholders including the President, Prime Minister as well as the Chief of Army Staff. Upon his arrival in Pakistan, the Vice Prime Minister was received by Interior Minister Rahman Malik, who spoke of the close friendship between both countries and was particularly grateful for over 110 million in aid for law enforcement agencies that the Chinese government pledged during Jianzhu's visit.
China is a great friend and China is always there for us at any difficult moment. And I'm grateful for all the assistance which he has extended to the Pakistan Police and other law enforcement agencies to enhance our capacity.
Extending his country's support at a crucial time when ties with the United States and Afghanistan are tense, the Chinese Vice Prime Minister Meng Jianzhao told the media persons after his meeting with the Interior Minister that his country is proud of its friendly ties with Pakistan, which will further be bolstered.
Pakistani people are the all-weather friends of the Chinese people. And today we have had successful meeting with Mr. Malik, the Minister of Interior, about the security of our two countries and the stability of the region.
China and Pakistan have always maintained close ties, and this visit is important to the beleaguered Pakistani political and military establishment, not merely because of the show of support during tough times, but also because of the economic and technical cooperation that China provides to Pakistan.
Alumni events are a great way for you to keep your social and professional connections with other alumni. And this week, the famous London Business School Alumni Club held their annual get-together in Lahore. Let's go to Rida for more details on this event. Yes, Rida.
Yes, Adeel. Such reunions are helpful in making useful contacts and mingling with people from the same industry, as well as adding to the economy of our country. Details follow in this report. Networks play a crucial role by crossing internal and external barriers to the flow of ideas, competencies and intelligence. Alumni clubs often organize social events, publish newsletters and magazines. Many provide a variety of benefits and services that help alumni maintain connections to their educational institution and fellow graduates. Additionally, such groups often support new alumni and provide a forum to form new friendships and business relationships with people of similar background.
Most of us originally coming from London Business School had not even been connected very well earlier. So this is turning out to be an opportunity. At the same time, this year we sort of opened it up for other business schools. So we're getting in other alumni from NCR and some of the other prominent national business schools. So this is turning out to be good, connecting even. And when we walk away, we take the connections with us, and that sort of helps in our lives moving forward and being able to make more impact in whatever works we do.
Alumni associations are often organized into chapters by city, region or country. The London Business School's Lahore chapter recently participated in the school's worldwide alumni celebrations. From Abu Dhabi to Zurich and Bogota to Wellington, thousands of London Business School alumni have joined together for this annual event. This year's worldwide alumni celebration was the biggest yet, with over 90 cities around the world taking part in a range of events, from talks from London Business School faculty and special guests through to barbecues. Each event was organized by alumni clubs and volunteers.
In our culture, one of the things we have to remember is that we have a very strong belief that baat se baat nikalti hai. And that is extremely true in the business world. So networking is nothing new in our culture. It's by meeting people, by talking to them, by connecting with them socially as well as professionally, that you have the confidence, you have the desire to work, and you find new ideas, new thoughts, which you might never have previously thought about. And it's very often in these sort of occasions where it's very informal, very pleasant, where you're relaxed, where you don't have your guards on, where you're just talking generally, but very often some extremely good ideas, some extremely good thoughts come through, and you make connections.
Networking is something really important, and if we focus it right from the beginning of schooling, getting children to understand when their birthday parties and other activities, to be able to connect with each other and to take those relationships forward. I think that's how perhaps we can help people growing up.
The theme for this year's celebration was Connecting for Impact. With students from around 130 nationalities studying at the London Business School, graduates have access to a global network of experience of over 33,000 alumni.
The important thing is, people who do come into the country, they do find, if they have the talents, if they have the skill sets, there is a lot of opportunities in Pakistan. And they will get rewarded for it as well, both professionally as well as in terms of remuneration. So I think, but those who go, I don't despair, because they'll add to the network, as we have already spoken, globally. And it's very important to see people who leave Pakistan, that there are potential network for Pakistanis abroad.
Such associations can also help address the problems of brain drain and the loss of institutional knowledge by opening channels of communication between former and current alumni. By the same token, they can open windows on innovations outside the company's usual focus, creating opportunities for cross-pollination.
Besides expression and identity, music has a variety of different uses. During World War I, it was used as a means of propaganda to influence people's perceptions of the war. When natural disasters hit like Hurricane Katrina in Louisiana and the earthquake in Haiti, it was used to bring outside people together and help out with relief efforts. This powerful source is now being utilized by the US Embassy in Pakistan. Just how? Let's find out from Zyla. Yes, Zyla.
Yes, Adeel. The US Embassy released a song entitled Dosti Hi Hai Zindagi, or Friendship is Life. This song is US Embassy's part of an effort to increase people-to-people contact. It's a joint duo by the Pakistani band Fusion and New York's renowned Ari Roland Jazz Quartet. Details follow in this report. Pakistan and the United States set aside an escalating row over proxy warfare for a night of musical fusion by the moonlit shores of a lake, hoping to cement public friendships and all that jazz. In Washington, the White House exacerbated tensions with more demands that Islamabad clamp down on the Al-Qaeda-linked network blamed for attacks on U.S. targets in Kabul. But in the Pakistani capital, diplomats trot a soft path. Hosting a concert by the shores of Rawal Lake, the U.S. Embassy brought together America's Ari Roland Jazz Quartet and Pakistani rock band Fusion, capping the night with the world premiere of a special friendship song. Paint the colors of love in face of hatred. Let's forget all indignations and traverse all distances separating us, went the lyrics of the song entitled No Life Without Friendship, received by a somewhat bemused audience last Tuesday. The musical interlude was a rare light note in the saga of US-Pakistan relations, which could hardly be worse, engulfed in accusations that Pakistani spies are involved in a proxy war in Afghanistan and still suffering from the US raid that killed Osama bin Laden near Islamabad on 2nd of May. Just 1 week earlier, the US ambassador in Islamabad, Cameron Munter, made unusually bold accusation that the Pakistani government is tied to the Haqqani network and blamed for the group of the siege of the US embassy in Kabul. The outgoing top US military officer, Admiral Mike Mullen, then accused Pakistan of exporting violent extremism to Afghanistan. But while political and military harmony elude the fragile anti-terror alliance, the musical pairing was a relative success. By the end of the night, revelers were up dancing, enthused by the rousing mix of patriotic Pakistani anthems such as Jaspa Janoon, penned for the Cricket World Cup, and US classics such as Louis Armstrong's A Wonderful World. But in a possible nod to the trials and tribulations of managing the latest diplomatic crisis, Cameron Munter, the US ambassador himself, did not attend the concert. Plans for him to play piano in a personal show of cultural diplomacy did not materialize. Instead, on Tuesday, he met with Pakistani President Asif Ali Zardari. The Americans' jazz set came first, drawing an enthusiastic response when they turned their double bass, saxophones and drums to Pakistani numbers such as Tere Bina Dil Na Lage, translation, My Heart is Shallow Without You. Alternative rock band Fusion, well known among Pakistani's youth, injected a modern flavor, bursting on the stage in 1980s-style rolled-up jacket sleeves, sunglasses, slick-backed ponytails, and fedoras to liven up the crowd. The event was a clear depiction of the fact that there is no politics in music. Music is universal.
Time for us to take a short break, but don't go away because after the break we'll be back with some more stories from around Pakistan. Stay with us.